Hi everyone. So today I have a short restorative practice for you that's nice to do right before you go to bed. You'll need 2 blocks and a blanket and a wall. So if you don't happen to have the blocks handy, you can definitely grab some pillows in place of those. And if you don't have a wall that's easily accessible to practice yoga, I'll give you an option once we get to that point that you can do something different. But we are going to start with our blanket. So grab hold of your blanket and just roll it up so that it is in a nice cylinder shape here. And we're going to start laying down on our back. So if you would prefer to have a bolster, that's also a nice prop to have here. But I like the blanket for this one. And we're going to start with bringing the blanket right up to the sacrum, and then just lying right down over that cylinder shape on our backs. And have your blocks nearby for this one too. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together. And because this is a restorative class, we don't want there to be any effort. So I'm going to take a block and prop them underneath the outsides of my thighs with my feet together, knees apart, in Baddha Konasana. So just find a supportive Baddha Konasana. Make sure that you feel completely supported on your bolster or your blanket. Let the arms rest comfortably alongside you. And then just start to drop in and notice the state of the body right now. Noticing the pace of the breath. And then taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. And begin to softly regulate the breath. Notice the breath filling the body from bottom to top. And releasing from top to bottom. With each exhale, see if you can begin to relax the shoulders a little bit more. Let the arms be heavy. Let the weight of the head just rest against the blanket. And feeling the support under the spine. Start to completely relax here. And begin to lightly deepen the breath. Relax the space between the eyebrows. And soften the jaw. Now begin to bend the elbows and bring the arms to a goalpost shape alongside you. And at first here, just noticing that really light stretch in the chest, and the tissue between the chest and the arm. create some really gentle movement here to start to loosen up some of the tension that might have accumulated over the course of your day in the neck and the traps. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, draw the arms over the chest and see if you can touch the forearms and the palms together. As you inhale, open the arms back up. And as you exhale, bring the arms back together. And we'll just do this a few times. Just starting to loosen up some of that tissue around the shoulder blades. Creating a sense of release in the upper back. And just one more repetition here. Let the arms rest. Again, make sure the eyes are relaxed. Just notice. Just take 3 more breaths. And then slowly reach down, release the props from underneath your legs, maybe let them flap down just a little bit. And then bring the knees together. I like to grab hold of the sides of my mat here to just assist me on up. And then for our second pose now, we're gonna keep our blanket in this cylinder shape, but maybe make it just a little bit less high. So maybe unroll it just one time and allow for there to be just some extra blanket down here at the bottom. And then we're going to flip over to our bellies. And what you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your belly, and you want that cylinder to be right underneath the bottom ribs, not on the ribs, but right underneath, right at the very top of the abdomen. So go ahead and find your way there, lying flat on your belly. You want the legs to be fully extended. And feel free to adjust. So if it feels too high, you can certainly unroll the blanket a little bit. If it feels too low, roll it up a little bit more. But we want some gentle pressure on the top of the abdomen there so that when we breathe, the diaphragm is pressing into the blanket. So we'll start off in Sphinx pose just to kind of get used to being here for a breath or two. I know for some of us this is a really uncomfortable pose. This is a great pose though if you're feeling anxious at all. It really helps to ground and really starts to help us down-regulate the nervous system and prepare for sleep. So if you're feeling okay there, bring the elbows out to the sides and just rest either the forehead down on the floor or turn the head and rest one of the temples down on the floor, either side. And with the eyes closed here, just slowly start to breathe into the belly, and as you breathe in, press the belly into the blanket. And then completely let go as you breathe out, so letting everything relax. And as we breathe in, the diaphragm's pressing down into the blanket. And as we release that breath, the diaphragm's ascending back up into the ribs. See if you can just sense that. As we breathe in, maybe sensing tone in the diaphragm. And as we breathe out, this sense of relaxation. Maybe noticing the sensation of the heart beating. Noticing the steady rhythm of the breath. The gentle beating of the heart. Let's take 5 more full rounds of breath here. And now slowly start to press your way up and slide the blanket to the side. And for just a couple breaths, lying flat on your belly and just noticing how it feels. Now pressing your way up to seated. And for our final pose in this short sequence, we're going to just use a blanket at any level, and we're going to use our wall. So for this one, if you don't happen to have a wall, you could put a bend in your knees and prop your lower legs up on maybe a bunch of pillows or even a chair. If you do have a wall nearby, go ahead and set your blanket up. I like to take mine an inch or so away from the wall. And then just go ahead and sit on the blanket and slide your legs up the wall. So we want our sacrum to be resting on the blanket, and we don't want any strain in the legs at all. So if you need to come even further away than an inch or so, go ahead and back up. Maybe just checking in with the knees, making sure that the legs aren't locked out. You might rotate the legs in and out just a little bit here. And then as soon as you're ready, resting the arms alongside you, wrapping the shoulder blades underneath you, closing the eyes, softening down through the heart. Let's take a deep breath here in through the nose. And exhale, let it go. And begin to relax the space between the eyebrows again. Relax the jaw. Relax the sides of the neck. And softening the shoulders. Just noticing the support underneath the shoulders. Sensing the support underneath the low back. Noticing maybe a change in circulation. Enjoying these final few breaths here. Just letting the entire body relax and restore. Begin to softly deepen the breath. Moving the fingers and the toes and the wrists and the ankles. And gently turning the head from side to side. Sliding the heels down the wall, sliding the blanket out from underneath you, and just gently pulling the knees into the chest, and rocking side to side. And then rocking off to one side or the other into fetal pose. Slowly pressing your way up to seated. And bringing the hands together at the heart. Namaste.